Imagine for a moment that it's your mother or father, or maybe even a beloved grandparent who's aging and beginning to need more help than they're used to. They've spent their entire life independent, strong, and self-sufficient, and now they're starting to struggle with the simple tasks that once seemed so easy. They need assistance with everyday activities like taking medication, moving around, or even preparing meals. You know they can't keep going like this on their own, but the thought of sending them to a nursing home doesn't sit right with you. It doesn't sit right with them either. What if there were other options? Ones that allow them to maintain their dignity, their independence, and their sense of self? What if you didn't have to choose between giving them the care they need and letting them live in a sterile, institutional setting? That's exactly what I found out after doing some digging into alternative care options for seniors. It turns out that nursing homes aren't the only choice, and in fact, there are several alternatives that allow seniors to age gracefully and independently without sacrificing their safety or well-being. These options are not only more humane, but often provide a far better quality of life for older adults. So today, I'm going to share 7 of the best alternatives to nursing homes, each one designed to give seniors the care they need while helping them maintain their independence, dignity, and a sense of purpose. At first, the idea of in-home care seemed like an obvious solution. After all, what could be better than staying in the comfort of their own home, surrounded by familiar faces, places, and memories? For many seniors, the thought of leaving their home is a heartbreaking one. So what if there was a way to get the help they need without disrupting their entire life? That's where in-home care comes in. With in-home care, seniors can receive professional assistance while still living in the house they love. Caregivers can help with everything from meal preparation to personal care and even medication management. I saw this firsthand when my own mother struggled with mobility. Instead of moving her to a nursing home, we arranged for a caregiver to come a few hours a day. The change was incredible. Not only did it allow her to remain in her own home, but it gave her the independence she had cherished for so long. For my father, having someone else to share the responsibility with made a huge difference too. He could rest easy knowing that she was being cared for, without the stress of trying to do it all himself. In-home care isn't about replacing the family, it's about supporting them. As I dug deeper into care options, I came across assisted living communities, and I have to admit, I was surprised. I always thought of these as little more than upscale nursing homes, but I was wrong. Assisted living communities are designed to offer a balance between independence and assistance. Seniors who are still mostly independent but need help with certain daily tasks, such as meals, medication, or housekeeping, can thrive here. What's truly remarkable is that these communities offer much more than just basic care. They provide a socially engaging environment where seniors can enjoy activities, build friendships, and still maintain their autonomy. I met Helen, a woman in her 70s, who moved into an assisted living community after struggling with arthritis. She had spent years in her family home, but was finding it harder to keep up with everything. When I spoke with her, she couldn't stop talking about the activities she had discovered in her new community. Yoga classes, art projects, even movie nights. She told me, "I was hesitant at first, but now I'm so glad I made the move. I feel like I have a whole new life." She still has her own apartment, still makes her own decisions, but now she has the safety and support of an entire community that cares for her. It was clear that assisted living communities offer a unique kind of freedom, one that allows seniors to maintain control of their lives while having help just a call away. Then there are adult daycare centers, which I had never fully understood until I spoke with Mark, whose mother, Carol, had been living with him for several years. Mark had been balancing his career and caring for his mother, but as she aged, the demands of caregiving became overwhelming. He had heard of adult daycare, but he was skeptical. After researching the options, he decided to give it a try, and the change was immediate. Carol now spent her days at the daycare center, where she had access to social activities, therapy, and caregivers who specialized in senior care. Mark described it like a weight had been lifted off his shoulders. "I can focus on my job again, knowing she's in a place where she's happy, safe, and taken care of. And the best part? She looks forward to going every day." Then there's the idea of co-housing for seniors. a more unconventional but incredibly powerful solution. In co-housing, older adults live together in a shared community where they have private living spaces, but also share common areas, such as kitchens, gardens, and living rooms. The idea behind co-housing is that aging doesn't have to be a solitary experience. Seniors can look out for each other, share responsibilities, and even collaborate on projects. I visited a co-housing community, and the energy was contagious. The residents were laughing, gardening together, and cooking meals in the shared kitchen. It wasn't about giving up independence. It was about creating a new kind of support network. I spoke with Lily, a woman in her early 80s, who had been living in a co-housing community for 3 years. "I love it here," she told me. "We support each other, but we also respect each other's space. It's not a nursing home. It's a community. I feel safer, and I have a lot more fun than I ever thought I would." The idea of living in a community where you don't have to rely solely on family for care or companionship is a powerful one. It allows seniors to retain their independence while also offering the safety and support that comes from being surrounded by people who genuinely care about their well-being. Of course, some people simply don't want to leave their home, and for them, aging in place might be the best option. Aging in place refers to modifying one's current living situation so that it's safe and accessible as a person ages. It could mean installing grab bars in the bathroom, widening doorways to accommodate a wheelchair, or adding ramps to make it easier to get in and out of the house. I saw how this worked when my Aunt Ruth, who was in her late 70s, wanted to stay in her home. Her house wasn't equipped for her new physical needs, but with some smart modifications, she was able to continue living independently. She had a few caregivers come in during the week, but for the most part, she was still in control of her life. "I don't want to leave this house," she said. "I've lived here for decades. With a few changes, I can stay here and be safe." Aging in place isn't just about staying in one's home. It's about making sure that the home can adapt to the person's changing needs. For those who suffer from dementia or Alzheimer's disease, there are memory care units, which provide specialized care that traditional nursing homes often can't offer. I remember speaking with Sarah, whose mother had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. At first, Sarah tried to care for her mother at home, but as her mother's condition worsened, Sarah realized that she needed more help than she could provide. She moved her mother into a memory care unit, and the transformation was remarkable. Sarah's mother was now in a safe environment designed specifically for people with dementia. The staff was trained to handle the unique challenges that come with cognitive decline, and they provided a variety of therapies and activities designed to maintain cognitive function. Sarah described the peace of mind she now had, knowing that her mother was getting the right care in an environment designed just for her needs. "I don't feel guilty anymore," Sarah said. "She's in the best place for her, and I can rest easy knowing she's well taken care of." Lastly, there's the option of a live-in companion, a solution that many families overlook, but one that can make a huge difference in a senior's life. I spoke to David, whose father, Jim, had been living with him for several years. As Jim's health declined, David found it harder to balance his work life with his father's increasing needs. So he hired a live-in companion to help. The live-in companion didn't just provide medical care. She was also a companion to Jim. She helped with daily activities, but also kept him engaged, talking with him, playing games, and even accompanying him to social events. "It's like having a new family member," David said. "Dad's happier, I'm less stressed, and we can all enjoy our time together." Having a live-in companion allows seniors to receive personalized care, and it creates an emotional bond that is often absent in institutional settings. So as you can see, nursing homes don't have to be the only option. There are alternatives, better alternatives, that allow seniors to age with dignity, respect, and independence. Whether it's in-home care, assisted living, co-housing, adult daycare, aging in place with modifications, memory care units, or a live-in companion, there are options for everyone. These choices help seniors live fuller lives while maintaining their autonomy, and they allow families to rest easy, knowing their loved ones are getting the care they deserve. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share it with someone who might need to hear this.